I'm actually surprised that it's only $20, to be completely honest. And I was planning to tell you guys pretty soon after that I was the person behind Naturium.
There has been a lot of buzz in the skincare community surrounding Susan Yara's new skincare brand, Naturium. I wish I could say that the buzz surrounds the fact that Susan is a respected creator and that the ingredients look legit and that it's well loved by other influencers who've tried it and that it's at a lower price point considering the ingredient deck. And actually, these things are kind of true. However, the buzz right now surrounds how Susan chose to launch her brand. In short, Susan Yara promoted Naturium before she said it was her brand. You may be wondering what the problem is with this, and maybe she just wanted to surprise everybody. You know, like maybe that's okay. No, it's actually not okay. This is a huge problem because it directly violates FTC guidelines. In November of 2019, the FTC released a PDF pamphlet called Disclosures 101 for Social Media Influencers. In the pamphlet, it says, quote, the FTC works to stop deceptive ads and its endorsement guides go into detail about how advertisers and endorsers can stay on the right side of the law. If you endorse a product through social media, your endorsement message should make it obvious that you have a relationship. Material connection with the brand. A material connection to a brand includes a personal, family, or employment relationship or a financial relationship, such as the brand paying you or giving you free or discounted products or services. Additionally, it says, as an influencer, it's your responsibility to make these disclosures, to be familiar with the endorsement guidelines, and to comply with laws against deceptive ads. Don't rely on others to do it for you. Susan has a huge influence on YouTube with 1.26 million subscribers on her mixed makeup channel and 258,000 on her personal channel called Susan Yara. Specifically regarding YouTube, the FTC says, quote, if making an endorsement in a video, the disclosure should be in the video and not just in the description uploaded with the video. Viewers are more likely to notice disclosures made in both audio and video, and some viewers may watch without sound and others may not notice superimposed words. And the first evidence of this was in her Facebook group, Questions Answered by Mixed Makeup. In the post, she states that she has found a better brand called Naturium and then promotes them using language including the ingredients in Naturium are a higher quality than the ordinary, and that she, quote, just wants you guys to use better products. Following this, she said that she got a discount code from the brand, meaning that she didn't give it to herself, that she got it from the brand, and that it's Susan25, and that it could save people 25% off of any 2 items until April 24th. When asked by a group member how she found them, she responded that they had sent her PR when they launched. Now, this obviously wasn't true unless she sent PR to herself. Either way, very, very misleading. Now, we're going to go into her apology video and her claims about when she became a brand owner in just a minute. Stay with me. So the earliest I could find Susan promoting her brand on YouTube was in this video on vitamin C serum recommendations launched on April 28th of 2020, where she features Naturium along with 3 other vitamin C serums.
Next up is this one by Naturium. It is their vitamin C serum 22%. What I like about this one is the vitamin C is encapsulated. So that means it's gonna be a little bit more gentle on the skin. I also think that there's a better formulation happening here. There's a little bit more technology happening. It's just a really wonderful formulation. I also just think this one's a very interesting one because I tend to not find such interesting formulations. So I like this one. They also have another vitamin C that mixes ingredients like salicylic acid and retinol in it. And I'm very curious about that as maybe like a nighttime kind of serum to use. The most important thing about this brand is that I wanted to make sure all of the ingredients are really truly effective ingredients. And because it has all those ingredients in it, I'm actually surprised that it's only $20, to be completely honest. The formulation is amazing. The ingredients are amazing. The packaging is even really nice and it feels really nice on your skin. I've talked about this a lot. Formulation really matters. And that's one of the things I really wanted to make sure we got with Naturium. And I'm really focused on trying to make the brand more sustainable, even when it comes to the packaging.
Encapsulated in this sounds super magical, but to me it sounds like other ingredients are just working with advertised ingredients to make it work differently. It's not something that's unique. Essentially, any skincare product could claim to be encapsulated inflate their ingredients, but it does sound really fancy. The second mention is the very next day when she talks about the Naturium niacinamide serum.
You need niacinamide. This is by Naturium. It is their niacinamide serum. It's 12% niacinamide plus 2% zinc. I really like this brand, Naturium. It's a newer brand that I've been using, but all of the serums are wonderful. This one specifically with the niacinamide in it feels really nice. It has hyaluronic acid in it. Also, what I like about these products by Naturium is that they are all pH appropriate, which is something that I think we're starting to become very aware of, is that we want products that are going to actually work on our skin. And when they're not at the right pH, they can either irritate our skin or they just don't work. And so you want to have the right pH for each of your products. So they list all the pH levels on their products. If you go to their website, it's really interesting. It feels really, really nice, absorbs quickly. Very good prices also for some really well thought out products by Naturium. We've done a really good job of making sure these are the best products that you can get.
Regarding pH, that's the job of the chemists, is to pH balance products. And if they aren't disclosing that information, that doesn't mean that the products aren't pH balanced. If they aren't pH balanced, that's just a shitty chemist. So even though this might be interesting information to add to a website, it's not necessary. And in my opinion, it doesn't add any credibility to the brand. In hindsight, though, don't we love the little nod to how well thought out the products are? So after that, I couldn't find any more mentions of Naturium on either Susan's channel, Mixed Makeup, or Susan Yara. But what I did find was sponsored videos by skincare influencers such as The Beauty Breakdown on May 17th.
For this video, I partnered with a brand called Naturium, and I'm really excited to partner with them because I absolutely love their brand line.
And Hiram on May 28th.
I also want to say that this video is thankfully sponsored by a brand that I've been so excited to talk to you guys about, and some of you guys may have seen it in some of my videos, Naturium.
Both of whom disclose the sponsorship early in their video and make clear disclosures in their description boxes. We also see a sponsored video with Beauty Within on April 26th.
So this is a brand called Naturium, and if you guys really love The Ordinary or you love the Inky List, I feel like this brand is completely in the same wavelength as that, but like a little elevated and a little more elegant.
Though Rowena and Felicia do say in their video description that a portion of the video is sponsored, they never mention it in the actual video. And they also talk about the encapsulated technology and proven results, which make this video especially cringy for me personally. Other mentions of Naturium products can be found on a few other channels, including Mandy Madden, James Welsh, and another mention on Hiram's channel. Mandy Madden shows the products, touts the benefits, but doesn't say that she has any relationship. And when you click on the links, they do not appear to be affiliate links. Same thing with James. He also has a link to the product in the video description, but it doesn't appear to be affiliate link. On the other hand, for Hiram's video, there's an asterisk next to the Naturium products, signifying that it is an affiliate link, and he does say within the video that the links below are affiliate links and that he'll make a commission if you use them.
If you guys do feel like purchasing any of my recommendations, I would really appreciate it if you shop the links below. I make a small commission that helps to support me and my channel, and it really helps me out, but no pressure whatsoever, just if you do want to go shopping.
Now let's go ahead and cut away from the influencers and cut to Sunday, June 21st, when Susan announces that Naturium is her skincare line. Go ahead and take a listen as she explains her brand launch strategy.
So let me tell you a little bit about the last few months. We officially launched in February, and it was really important to me to get honest and true feedback from everyone. And I took a step back and I was like, I don't think I'm gonna get that if I just announce that this is my skincare line from the get-go. So we launched in February of 2020, and I was planning to tell you guys pretty soon after that I was the person behind Naturium. And then you guys know what happened in March. Everything kind of changed.
In my opinion, Susan did absolutely nothing wrong by not disclosing her relationship with the brand to the influencers who did not pay for products, but it was extremely misleading not to tell her Facebook group or her YouTube audience. And if you remember from a few minutes ago, it's also against FTC regulations and could result in huge fines for Susan and her brand. If you know this whole story, I think I know what you're thinking. What about her apology video that she put out a few days after her launch video, where she says that she just became an official co-founder a couple of weeks ago? Let's let Susan talk about that.
Over the last few days of self-reflection and talking to friends, I realized that context was really necessary in this conversation. Up until a couple of weeks ago, I hadn't become the formal partner and the formal co-founder of Naturium. I signed my formal agreement just a couple weeks ago. You might have noticed a little bit of buzz about my brand over the last couple of months. I want to tell you a little bit more about it. The most important thing about this brand is that I wanted to make sure all of the ingredients are really, truly effective ingredients, but really this is a brand that all of you have been asking for. I have been paying attention to all of the things that you've been asking for over the last couple of years. I signed my agreement, my formal agreement, just a couple weeks ago. And I'm really focused on trying to make the brand more sustainable. We've done a really good job of making sure these are the best products that you can get. Well, if you notice, there's a lot of focus on retinol and vitamin C, because those are my two.
Yes.
I signed my agreement, my formal agreement, just a couple weeks ago.
So it seems, based on Susan's story, the timeline is this. She works with her investor, Ben, to develop the formulas and packaging for Naturium.
It's not just me behind this brand. I have a business partner, and I honestly don't know how I would have done any of this looking back without him and his team really guiding me through this entire process.
We know from other brands disclosing that this process takes 6 months to a year. So let's say this relationship potentially started at the earliest in April of 2019. They have a soft launch on Amazon in October, per this interview, and their website launch in February of 2020. Susan starts talking about the brand on her Facebook group and in her YouTube channel in April. Then she abruptly stops. She says it's because she now realizes she'll become co-founder.
If you look back, I stopped talking about it when I realized that this is going to happen. We're going to finally get our agreement together, and it's going to become, I am the co-founder. I stopped talking about the brand.
However, it's clear from her launch video that she not only had a relationship with the brand, but helped with the entire process along the way.
Well, if you notice, there's a lot of focus on retinol and vitamin C, because those are my two.
Yes.
Did she really not have any kind of agreement before that? I highly doubt it. Maybe it wasn't a formal agreement, but why would someone work with an investment company to develop skincare formulas for multiple products without knowing she would get something out of it? That just makes absolutely no sense. I personally believe she stopped posting her own YouTube videos in mid-April because influencers were beginning to receive their PR packages and sponsorship offers around that time in April and early May, making them the mouthpieces for the brand. Susan says that she planned on telling people it was her brand shortly after launch in February.
So we launched in February of 2020, and I was planning to tell you guys pretty soon after that I was the person behind Naturium. And then you guys know what happened in March. Everything kind of changed.
But if she thought she needed to keep it secret until influencers could weigh in,
I needed to know that my friends in this industry actually love this brand without me influencing that on them.
that would mean she would have to wait until their reviews came out, leading us to early June when Susan claims in her apology video that she started fearing information of her involvement would be leaked.
I didn't plan on announcing this past weekend. I felt pressure to announce. And I hate that that's how I ended up making a rash decision and not really thinking this through at all and how I was going to explain it to you. But I felt pressure, and that is one of the things that comes with being an influencer. Last week, there were people who picked up on hints that I might have some involvement in this brand. And they started to do things that were a little bit concerning and started to involve other people. They went on to the Naturium account and they started to message every single person that the account was following. They started to, reach out to reporters. That's all the kind of stuff that made me think, you know what, I guess there's not going to be a good time to announce this. Let's do it.
She then contacted influencers for Zoom calls. About a week later, got their reaction, and her launch video comes out on June 21st. So this is my conspiracy theory, allegedly. Susan knew the stigma related to influencer brands, so instead of saying it's her brand, she decided to be the influencer promoting it and to recruit the biggest names in YouTube skincare to unknowingly promote it as well. That way, she gets the benefit from rave YouTube reviews without audience judging the influencers as biased and her products as a cash grab. What resulted, however, was Susan adding to the cruddy influencer image that makes influencer brands so difficult to launch. And that's what makes this whole story so flippin' sad. She built up a huge audience and relationships with influencers only to mislead everybody when there was truly no need to do this. She had a fabulous reputation. I would have bought the stuff if I had known that it was hers. I know many other people would have, and she's completely sabotaged this launch through her dishonesty. Before Susan's apology video, I actually had a different ending to this video, and it was one where I gave her the benefit of the doubt, allowing that humans make mistakes. I saw that she was apologizing on Instagram, and I felt like there was a way for her to move on and up from this, but her quote-unquote apology video came off as damage control to me, where the lies just kept spinning out of control, where she contradicted her launch video. But let's keep this in perspective. Is this the worst thing that any influencer has ever done? No, far, 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 far from it. But will I trust product recommendations from Susan Yara in the near future? Absolutely not. And at this point, I'd like to know what you think and your perspective on Susan's choice and Naturium as a brand. Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and I will see you in a video very, very soon.
And I had this realization, when you take everything and you put it all together in little clips like that, how bad this looks.